Hi guys! So a quick little update for my vlogging challenge for April. I'm not sure exactly what I want to do for it yet. I thought about doing the forward motion thing, but I don't know if I want to do that. So we'll see. Moving on. So the point of today's vlog is I recently made a career change and quit my other job and moved on to a job bartending full time. But I was at my other job for almost 2 years, about a year and 7 months, and I was a cook, and it was high stress, it was high table turnover, it was a typical restaurant environment. Over time I noticed about a year into it I started contemplating getting another job, but I just was kind of waiting for the right opportunity, blah, blah, blah. A couple days before I put my 2 weeks notice in at my job, I found a list of 10 warning signs that you should get a new job, and I thought it was kind of funny, and it got me thinking about what were some signs that I should have quit my job earlier that I kind of ignored. I'll put a link down below to the about.com article that has the 10 warning signs in it. So this vlog is going to be kind of like sadly funny and kind of like darkly funny and ironically funny, but and it may seem kind of stupid that like with all these warning bells going off, why didn't I leave my job sooner? But I wasn't going to put myself in a position where I wasn't making any money by just like up and quitting my job without another prospect. And then there was times I tried to find other jobs and I applied, but I didn't hear back from anything. And the only reason I could leave my job this time around was because a perfect situation kind of fell in my lap, so I was able to like up and leave. Some of these are the warning signs that are from the article, but I'm only going to read the ones that apply to me, and the other ones kind of I've just noticed over time. You're already thinking about finding another job. Aside from like the bad day, like, oh, I need another job, like you're thinking about it like a lot. Your conversations with your friends and spouses and parents tend to be dominated by complaints about your work. This happened a lot. Like almost every shift I came home, I would complain about it to my roommate or my mom. Your sleep patterns are disrupted. There's been at least twice in the past 2 or 3 months where I do this prep shift in the morning, and it's where I get up at 6 or 5 in the morning and go in and do prep, but I'm usually there a really long time, but it's my least favorite thing to do in the restaurant that I work at because I don't know when I'm going to get out, and I'm really bad at it, and I don't like the job, but I was kind of forced into it. There's been twice now where I've woken up, jumped out of bed because I took a nap after my prep shift, and I thought it was the next day that I had to do prep, and I jumped up out of bed and started getting ready for work, and one time I almost called my boss because I thought it was 7:30 in the morning and I thought I was late for work, and here it was 7:30 at night, the same night that I got done doing prep, so I wasn't late for work. But also I noticed a lot of the time I've been having dreams where I'm late for work, or something goes wrong at work, or I'll be trying to sleep and like every single dream is about being late for work, or I can't do something in my dream because I'm gonna be late for work. You develop headaches, frequent colds, eye twitches, and other symptoms. For me, stress, I've noticed in the last couple years, has manifested physically. Like with my wedding, when it got too out of control, I got shingles. I was going through this one situation where when I thought about a certain situation or when I was around certain people, I'd get a really bad stomach ache, and like my stomach would like clench, and I'd feel nauseous, like I thought I was getting a stomach flu, but it was only around certain times, and it was after I let go of this one situation that my stomach stopped doing this. Lately, I've been getting pains in my chest, and I've noticed since I quit, I don't have, like, at least once a month, every couple days, I would come home and have like really bad headaches, sometimes to the point where I was nauseous and couldn't move. Like, not migraine headaches, but pretty close. Every shift you work, you think about walking out. You come home and have cried on more than one occasion about things that have happened at work. You cry more than once at work. You feel trapped in your current job. You think about altering things about yourself and your personality to try to better suit your job. By this, like, I was having trouble with this one position at work, and they kept saying, I don't focus well, and then it started leaking over to other positions where like, oh, you talk too much, you don't focus well. And I've always had a problem where they thought I've had ADD. So I thought maybe I should start taking Ritalin, maybe I should go see a psychiatrist, and maybe they can put me on Ritalin to try to help me focus better at my job. You hope that there's a snow day at your job so that you can get called off. Or you hope that every shift they don't need you and call you up to tell you that you've been cut for pretty much every shift you work, even if you know it's impossible. If you keep getting promised things and you're not getting them, and you keep giving yourself deadlines and then you let them go past, like, oh, well, maybe they'll give it to me this month, or I'm gonna leave if they don't give it to me this month, and then that month comes and goes. And then you're like, well, they don't give it to me by this date, and then that comes and goes. If you ever hope you'll get injured enough so that you don't have to work, or that you'll have an excuse not to go to work. If you hope that your car will break down so that you don't have to go to work. You've increased your consumption of alcohol or drugs to escape your problems. I haven't done this, but I frequently fantasize about taking up drinking after work. And I don't like to drink, really. You're less productive or lack passion at work. The first year, I was doing like the same job all the time. And for me, I need more than that. And so I found myself getting bored, and then increasingly, especially the last couple months when I wanted to do something specific in my job and they wouldn't let me do it, I was very didn't care. You're arguing more often with coworkers and bosses. I didn't argue so much with my kitchen team members, but I noticed I was snapping a lot more at front of the house people, and I was starting to snap at my bosses, which isn't me. I try to be really professional and try to keep all my feelings lidded, but it just wasn't happening anymore. So I'm pretty sure that's my full list of things. Every single one of those things I've personally done or thought about. Womp womp. So I love you guys. I'm happier now at my new job so far. It's way less stressful. Doing better now. Hope you liked my vlog. Love you guys. Bye.